Hi kids, back to our class today. Today we can study one geography lesson. The third geography lesson, that is the motions of the earth. We know that from the last class we have studied about the two important lines, imaginary lines that is passing or that found on the globe. One is from north to south, that is our vertical lines called longitudes, and the parallel lines to equator is called latitudes. Today we are going to study about that. As we know, the earth is always moving. We can study about two important movements of the earth. Two types of movements are, one is rotation, another one is revolution. Rotation means the movement of the earth on its own axis. That is, spinning of the earth on its axis. That takes 24 hours of time to complete one spin. And another important or revolution means the movement of the earth around the sun on its orbit. So, two movements are there, rotation and revolution. We know the shape of our globe or the earth, that is geoid. That means both that pole areas are a little bit flattened and the center or the middle portion is a little bit bulged. And we know while we are looking to a globe, it is a little bit tilted position has. Tilted towards northern position. So, while the axis, that is an imaginary line passing from or passing in our center of the earth from one pole to another, makes the globe to be in a position of a tilted style. So, here we have to study one thing, that the tilted position of the globe makes some important features or important significance or gives some significance to the condition of earth. The tilted position of the earth makes an imaginary orbital plane called or an imaginary orbital plane of 66.5 degree. Orbital plane means a plane formed by the orbit. And as we know that the sun gives light to earth, every portion of our earth does not get sunlight at a time. That's why the area or the portion of the earth facing towards the sun always experiencing daytime, and just opposite of the area where darkness will be feeling as there is no sunlight every time or by the time is always feels night. But we know that as our earth is moving on its own axis, every portion of the earth receives sunlight in different time. That's why day and night is feeling in all areas or all portion of earth in different time. So we can understand one thing, that if there is no rotation happens, what will happen? Life is not possible on earth. We studied our planet earth is known as unique planet, mainly because life and every other important factors needed for life is possible to find on the earth still now. So, our earth is not moving, sunlight will be possible to get in one side of the earth every time, and the other side of the earth will feel darkness or night every time. So, either extreme hot in one side or extreme cold in another side makes life impossible. So, rotation makes life possible on earth as it gives a chance for every areas of the earth to receive sunlight in different time. And sunlight is receiving in one side, we just told that one side or the portion facing sun of the earth will be having a daytime. So there will be a division, day in one side and darkness or night in another side. So the circle divides the globe from day to night is called circle of illumination. The circle or the circle of illumination does not coincide with the axis, because we know that axis is in a tilted position but circle of illumination in a vertical position. And we know that in order to complete one rotation, earth takes 24 hours of time. So, the time taken to complete one rotation is known as one earth day. That is the day that we are feeling in a time or on our globe. So, the daily motion of the earth on its axis is called rotation. Rotation makes day and night experience on globe. And we also studied that two important motions are there for globe, rotation and revolution. We are studying about rotation only today. We will discuss the remaining portion in the next class. So study well. Thank you. Have a nice day.